The fifth center is the Vishuddhi Chakra at the throat. The throat is the gateway to the body, so nourishment in and speech out. The senses associated with the throat center will be obvious to you in light of the fact that the voice box is in the throat. So speech is the active sense, and hearing is the cognitive sense associated with this center. Interestingly, the petals on the lotus, or the symbol of this chakra, there are 16 of them, and they each have a vowel of the Sanskrit alphabet. There are 16 vowels in the Sanskrit alphabet, and there are 16 petals on this chakra. It is through speech, of course, and the vowels are what give power to speech, that we're able to creatively express ourselves in the world. So speech is the most primal creative act. Expanding that out a bit, all of creative acts are part of what's active at the throat center. So this connection with something, maybe you would think about the intuitive mind, or the connection with something a bit more than just ego that allows us to be creative. So one way of thinking about the issues at the throat center are connection with the muse, so divine inspiration, shall we say, and bringing that out into the world. One of the jobs at the throat center is to manifest. And that can be on the subtle level, but it's also on the physical level. The glands in the throat, the thyroid and the parathyroid, are very active in manifesting the deeper structure, the physical body, the metabolism, and parathyroid regulating use of calcium, which of course builds bones and helps the nervous system work, and this whole unfolding of or building of the structure of the body is part of the expression or the manifestation from the throat center. The element is space, and space is the first building block in the physical world. It's the least differentiated, and it's the one that gives manifestation to the other elements. So in order to build a house, the first thing you have is a blueprint. You delineate the space that it's going to occupy, and then you're able to bring in all the other elements that create the rooms and the unique functions in each of the room. So the same thing is true in the elements here. Because of space, then we're able to develop the air element, and then the fire element, and the water element, and the earth element. So in that respect, space plays the role of kind of a blueprint, the first level of manifestation of the blueprint that we all have as individuals. And its name, Vishuddhi, then reflects the fact that it's the least differentiated of the elements, the purest. Vishuddhi means very pure. The issues there at this center then have to do with self-expression, kind of manifesting our blueprint, one, knowing what that is, and then finding the words or the capacity to create our lives from here. Speaking our truth is one of the kind of the New Agey ways that we describe that phenomena. So communication, creativity of all levels. Doesn't have to be fine arts, of course. We're also talking about being creative about how we organize our lives. Businesses can be creative. It's overall the creative manifestation of a unique blueprint that we have. That's the job at this center. When we're deficient in energy here, we tend to get tongue-tied, can't express ourselves clearly. The cat's got your tongue, you're choking on something, you're unable to swallow something. We have all of our words, our idioms in our language kind of describe that feeling of being unable to speak our truth, or being unable to describe our inner feelings, being unable to express ourselves in some way, and that's a deficiency usually. Other deficiencies have to do with hearing, so tone deaf or lack of rhythm. Those are also ways in which this energy is not quite fully manifesting. And then, interestingly enough, the deficiency is one thing, but the excessive aspects in this throat are talking too much. And we all know people who chatter away until you're exhausted. Very little content, just a kind of a rolling of energy out through speech. But also gossip and negative speech, things that don't need to be said or are destructive or are not helpful. And those tend to undermine the power we have at this center, and they don't do us service as well, and no one else's either. Poor listening skills, that's another, perhaps an excessive energy here is unable to take anything in. So a balance in our expressive life, being able to take in nurturance at every level, being able to communicate our own truth, and to kind of grow in a healthy way, and manifesting in a healthy way in all aspects of our life are the issues here. Practice-wise, there are a number of pranayamas that deal directly with the throat. So Ujjayi breathing and Brahmari both make use of the voice box and the capacity of the throat to shape breath and to shape, therefore, energy and the life force. But there are also a couple of other practices in yoga that are particularly helpful for this center. One of them is chanting, kirtan. And another is the upper wash, which you recall is a practice of, on an empty stomach, taking in water and then stimulating the gag reflex. So there's a lot of energy released on the subtle level as well through the throat with that practice. That can help with a lot of the blocks or the deficiencies or excesses in the throat center. And of course, some of our asanas directly bring energy into this place as well. Things like the Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand, and Halasana, the plow, and Matsyasana, the fish pose, all bring energy into the throat center area. So we have many ways of working with energy at this center.